Hey, it's Nicole and Zena here from Astra Financial, and today on the podcast, we're going to be talking about if something happened to you, would anyone know what to do? We're going to bring you through our brand new Astra Concierge Service, and it's all about just hitting the easy button when the unthinkable if I die happens. So if you're in the retirement chapter of your life, chances are that if I die tab has popped up in your brain at least once or twice. But that tab usually gets closed out pretty damn quick because it's overwhelming. It can feel kind of heavy and it's just a little bit intimidating. Questions like, where is all my stuff, both digitally and physically? Does my family know where any of this stuff is? And how is this actually going to get taken care of if I'm not here? Most people wish they had just a big easy button for this. And that's exactly why we created this service, Astra Estate Concierge Service, because we just wanted to help you get everything organized and then guide you through it step by step, so you don't have to carry the mental load all by yourself. Today, Zena and I are going to be talking about this brand new service that we've created and how we're going to hopefully make this If I Die tab feel a whole lot less scary and just a lot easier for you and the people you care about. Hey, I'm Nicole.
I'm Zena, and we're certified financial planners here at Astra Financial. And our specialty is getting you ready for retirement, but also making sure that your money lasts your lifetime. And also the topic today that we're talking about is making sure that everything goes smooth and all the what ifs are taken care of for you.
And so in retirement, again, this is something that's definitely going to come up. And this is something that you've probably thought about a lot. So before we actually get into the service of it all, I think I want to just kind of talk a little bit about, why we created it, but just what's the real problem here? Why are people so scared about talking about the If I Die tab?
I don't know, because I'm so opposite. All I do is talk about I want fireworks and I've got it all planned out and I have the what if binder.
Yep.
And so, if I were to put myself in other people's shoes, it's one of the hardest things because we don't have control over it after. And I think that's the piece, and not knowing what's going to happen. And the whisper just gets louder the older we get.
Definitely.
And it becomes this whisper of, I need to take care of these things. Or even in my mom's house, it's sort of like trying to declutter.
Yep.
And I'm like, why? And she goes, well, I don't want to leave this mess for you. And so as we start to get older, this becomes really important about having everything organized and then having someone that you trust that is going to be able to take care of it, and you want it to be as easy as possible. And I think this whisper starts to get louder and louder.
Right.
And so this is about putting everything in one spot, having someone guide you through it, because it's so overwhelming.
100%.
You need someone to do it basically for you, and you can sit down and have a coffee or a snack and watch it and go, oh, thank God.
Right.
Why we get a housekeeper?
Definitely. Well, and I think you've hit, so I think what you're saying and what we've done is the two biggest struggles here is getting everything organized and actually doing it. But it's that accountability piece too, because it's even if you knew where 50% of the stuff was, actually going through with it and getting it all organized is a whole different ballgame.
Yeah.
So the Astra Estate Concierge Service, what would you say, what are the three biggest things we're solving here? And you've already kind of touched on a little bit, but for someone listening, why, what are we going to solve for them?
So first thing is we're going to put everything into one place.
Right.
And then you're going to have someone that will have immediate access to it. And
that's huge.
Yes. So it starts with it's having everything in one spot. It's digitally archived and saved.
Right.
Completely security and safe, which we'll talk about.
Which we'll get to, yep.
And then someone has immediate access, and if something were to happen, it triggers that button. That person has access to it all. They know where everything is because it's already laid out by us. And then they even have the concierge step of what to do now to settle everything.
Right. And that's so important. This roadmap, it's we're not just going to be giving you the roadmap. We are also going to be guiding every single step of the way. And I think that's a big, again, this mental load, it's such a big mental load on people. And like you said, it's, there's kind of unknowns here. There's the emotional piece of it too. And so Yes, it's like, immediate access. The people that need to be brought in are brought in, and then we give you the roadmap on everything you need to do.
And there's an estate expert, an actual human being.
Right.
So when we say digital, it's all stored digitally, and everything is accessible digital. And there's, like all the resources and templates that you need. But there's actually a phone call with an estate expert as well that helps guide through. There's even some access to some counseling services of where people can go for grief counseling.
So it's taking all sides of it. It's, the before and the after.
Yeah.
Okay, let's just get into the service because it's fun.
So
Yeah, I know. Okay, so if I'm a client and, say I listened to this podcast and I was like, you know what, that sounds amazing. I would love the idea of all the people that I love in my life are going to know exactly what to do when I'm gone. And I'm sitting across the desk from you, Zena, and I say, okay, so can you actually just give me a feel for like, what is this service? How does it work? How is it secure? All the things.
Yeah.
So let's talk about what it is. Like, what is it?
Yeah, so it's called Cadence. And so that's the program that we're using and the process that we're using. So first thing is you're going to gather everything. And we already have a lot of everything. If you think about it, we already have all your assets. Sometimes we have a copy of your will and we know who your executor is already. So hopefully we have most of that already, but if not, you're going to actually gather that and bring it in. You can bring in your passwords so that people know how to get into your laptop. People know.
And that's huge,
Yeah.
especially in this digital age. Like, I think people underestimate how much information is password kept.
So personal story is that my father-in-law, when he passed, they still can't get into his laptop. And in there was the passwords to his banking inside the laptop.
Of course.
So there was, you can imagine all the estate settling issues. So personal note, there's a reason why we're excited about this.
Yep.
So you're going to gather all that information and it'd be, where is everything? What are the logins? What is something as simple as your Facebook login so that somebody can have access to that you name, they'll be able to have access. So you're going to gather all that and we're going to actually sit beside you and help you and we'll do all the entry. But those are the things that start in your brain that you're going to start to put together.
Right.
And you're going to bring it all into one place.
And talk to me a little bit more about Cadence, because it's kind of cool. I think this is where you and I, when we were kind of building out this service for our clients, the one thing we loved about Cadence is that it's Canadian.
Oh my goodness. Okay. So it's a Canadian company and they've gone through, they actually work with financial advisors like us, but they also work with funeral homes and they're international as well. They are a secure site, just like your banking. When we do our online banking or you get your online investment access, it's the same idea, the same protection. And that was where we did our due diligence. We've been talking about this it's taken us a couple of years because we've just wanted to do a deep dive, make sure it's safe.
Yeah.
So they've done all of that due diligence as well, and they're just as secure. And so this is a company that then offers the real people behind our platform that we're using is real experts. And it started by a woman here in Canada, and it was because of her family and her experience. So she has a good story as well that hit our hearts as we go through our own family stories.
Yep. Yes, it was definitely something, when we were doing like you said, our background checks and our homework on who we wanted to partner with to bring this service to our clients. It was very important to us, that it, of course, that all the information was there, but the Canadian piece was so important because it's Canadian specific with all this information that they're going to basically offer as well. So, and we've kind of touched on it a little bit here. So, okay, I kind of know what the service is. I kind of want you to bring me through, so what it's going to look like, because we've said there's, we're giving you the roadmap, but we are going to be helping you and guiding you step by step. So what does that actually mean?
So here's how it works as a client. You come in.
Yep.
We've got all that stuff. Our team actually is entering it into our process.
Right.
And you're sitting next to us. So you're having a coffee, maybe some chocolates, and we're showing you the dashboard of where it is. You have control of everything. So we're doing it all for you. But now you, as a client, have control of what information you want accessed, either by us, but also that person that you're going to designate as access to all the information.
Right. So we're doing all the heavy lifting
Yes.
technically, but you are still completely 100% in control of the information.
Yeah. So it stays here with us, and we're doing it one-on-one so that you don't have to, because you know when a person gets an email with a link, set up your account here.
Yep.
And then all the steps that go with it. That's usually when I don't do it.
Like 100% of the time.
And it's so heavy, and I'm like, this is really hard, and it's homework, and it could be super easy, but it's like set up here an account, and I usually just keep moving on anyway. So we've taken that piece out. We're doing it all for you.
Definitely.
But you also have access.
Right.
Meaning that you're going to walk away with a password and your login information, and you can go in at any time and take a look. And you also have control of who has access to this information and how much information you want to put in there.
Right.
And then we're following up with you, and we have on our systems to diarize, and it's in our calendar when we need to check in with you and update this.
Right.
And so then we meet again and we say, so has anything changed in your life? Here's what you've got. Here's all the things in here. Is there anything else you want to add? And you'd be like, oh yeah, I set up a new, savings account over here, and I think we need to add this so that if something happens to me, people know where it is.
Definitely.
We're like, okay, we got it.
We got that for you.
We do that for you, and you're kicking back and chatting up.
Yeah, right? So the bottom line, I think, is this. We love the idea, and this is honestly an Astra value of ours. Like, we never want to burden clients with homework as much as we can, because we hate it.
Yeah.
We hate getting things that it's like, here's the 14 steps you have to do, and then we just close the email and we just don't do it. So we are trying to make, this was very much part of this process and this service specifically. We said, we don't want to burden you, and so we are going to do all this heavy lifting in the background, and you are controlling the information. That's all you. But if there's any changes or actually getting the information set up, that's us.
Yeah. So then the important piece is, so once you've got that set up, and then it's just, you kind of check the box, you put it up on the shelf, and you go on and live life, and we've taken care of it all and done everything for you. The big question is now, what happens if something were to happen to me?
Right.
Now, this is the piece where it kind of blew our mind, and this is also now the valuable piece of the death certificate triggers, and you can bring that into us. And we take care of everything, but now it gives access to that person that you have designated as it can be, your executor, or the person that you want to actually administrate and take care of everything. Now it triggers and notifies them, and they now have access to this.
And this part's huge.
It is.
I think this is honestly part of the service. Like, this might be one of the most important parts of the service.
I agree, because it just hands them everything, and it actually tells them each step and what needs to happen.
Right.
And that can be via with us. Or literally a automated process for them. And then there's a live person behind there, an estate expert that answers all the questions of where to go, what to do next. And you've just had it all given to you in this very easily understandable package with the next step. Even right down to a templated letter that goes directly to Service Canada if someone needs to stop their CPP or claim the death benefit.
Right.
It's handing it to them.
Everything's there.
Yeah. So this is the piece that was kind of like the clouds parted. And that we were like, we're in.
Yeah, definitely. It's two things that this is taking care of. So it's not only getting everything ready for you, like we've said, but it's the roadmap for both you and the people you leave behind. Because I think even if you had, the cleanest if I die tab, estate planning, whatever you want to call it, if you had it all ready to rock, but the people that you're leaving behind don't know the information, they don't know where to find the information, that's a whole other piece.
And they're busy grieving too.
Right.
And so we're navigating this for you. And so, we can have this platform, we can actually spoon feed, here's the next, here's what you're going to do now. And it's also laid out super easy for them.
Right.
As well as us.
It's, and again, the whole reason, and like you even shared a little bit of a personal anecdote already just about your...
I have a few.
Right? Well, and I feel like we've sat across, from clients so many times going through the grieving process of losing a loved one, but then there's all the technical financial pieces. And so, again, like just in a nutshell, we wanted this service to basically be a gift to our clients, to be like, hey, listen, we know it's going to be a tough time. And we don't want you to be burdened or, carry the mental load of having to know where everything is, or making sure your loved ones are taken care of.
Yeah. And so this program isn't anything that is unique to us. This program is out there for other professionals. What is unique is that we're doing it all for you. The white glove service, the concierge service. And so when we were doing our due diligence, we found that, this service might be available through other, maybe another advisor office has it.
Yep.
But they're just sending a link to a client to set it up themselves. And when we were doing our homework, I was calling and asking how many people are using it. Well, not too many.
Right.
Because it's the set up your account.
Definitely.
Now download this. Now upload this, upload that.
And if we're thinking back to the whole mental load of it, it's like everyone has great intentions. Everyone's like, I'll do it at some point. But then that some point just literally never comes.
Yep. And the follow-up. So we've actually designated, we have a team member here in our office that is sitting and doing it for you. And you don't have to hurt your brain. You're going to have a coffee and chit chat, maybe a little bit of snack.
Yep.
And then we're going to actually revisit so it doesn't fall off the radar and take care of that for you.
Absolutely. So yeah, again, bottom line, this service, our Astra Estate Concierge Service, this is the easy button that everyone kind of hopes for when, the unthinkable happens.
Hope you learned a little bit about our estate concierge service today. If you liked what you heard or you want to learn more, check out our website, astrafinancial.ca. Also, we have Astra University, free resources. We've got a free online course, retirement course for Canadians, 9 modules. It'll give you everything that you need to know. Also, if you enjoyed today's episode, please subscribe. And if you have any questions, send us a note.
Thanks again for tuning in, and check out our other videos.